Welcome back. Really excited for this one. In this video, we're going to do a quick introduction of our new Skidoo Expedition SE 900 Turbo. In this video, just going to be doing a quick introduction. We're going to be doing a quick run through of the sled. I'm not going to be doing much riding in this one because I'm going to put that into the next video. This is the 2022 model. I spring checked this March of 21. It was supposed to arrive November, December of 21. It got moved from November to December to January to February 15th, February 28th, and I ended up picking it up like mid to late March. We had no snow up here in Maine. So this sat in the trailer all of March, all the way up to now. I decided to stick with a 22 because there was no changes to the 23s. It was going to be $2,000 to $3,000 more for a 23, and there wasn't a 100% guarantee that these would show up on time. So I decided to stick with a 22, and so far I'm really pleased with it. I put 6 miles on it yesterday in the snow we have here. We got about a foot or so, and it's actually kind of wet, heavy, sticky snow, and this thing just plows through it. I've been looking at pulling the trigger on an ice fishing sled for years, but just hadn't done it. We've always had snowmobiles, but not one that was really good and one I could really rely on to get out, into some of these deeper lakes that I want to fish. I was actually looking at buying one of these used, but people wanted almost equivalent to, or actually more than what I paid for this brand new. People were selling 2 or 3 year old sleds with 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 miles, and they were asking more than what I paid for this brand new. So I decided to pull the trigger on a new one, and this is the first vehicle I've ever bought brand new. I've never bought a brand new anything when it comes to a vehicle. The only thing I bought brand new with an engine was an ice auger, a chainsaw, 2 lawnmowers, and a cheap weed whacker. So 5 things. All my vehicles have always been used. All my snowmobiles have always been used. Boats have always been used. I've never bought a brand new vehicle. So this is the first one. If you guys have an Expedition or you're looking at one, I'm going to be doing a bunch of mods to this throughout the season. I'm going to be doing a bunch of review videos. I'm going to be having this on the channel a bunch, ice fishing backcountry lakes here in Maine. So going to be a lot of content with this Expedition on my channel. So with all that out of the way, I'll give you a rundown of the sled here and we'll get looking at it. Nice big skis on it. I think these are 7.2 if I remember right. If I'm wrong, I'll put it up on the screen, but I think they're 7.2. This is just a mean looking sled. Heavy duty front bumper here. Has a radiator up front, so in case I'm running on ice, this will help to keep it cool. Adjustable shocks, just the standard glove box. I didn't do anything extra with that. Standard gauge. Everything you would expect on the handlebars. This is the push button reverse like a lot of the sleds are. Nice controls here for the hand warmers and thumb warmer, up, down for heat. I mean, these things will actually cook you right out of your gloves. They get so hot. This is adjustable here. Just pull this out and you can adjust this up and down. This throttle you can actually rotate down and around. I don't really like it that way, but I know some guys do, but you can rotate that around. Came stock with this. This does take 91 octane because it's the turbo. Most of the other engines don't do the 91, but this one does. Nice comfortable seat, really comfy there. Nice aggressive tread boards here. I like these a lot. These are really grippy, give you a lot of control when you're on the trail and riding around in the fields. So next up is this nice comfortable passenger seat here. This is one of the main reasons I went with this specific model, is because it came with this here. It has heated handlebars, and my daughter said they're super toasty, and this is really convenient. All you have to do is just flip this up, move that out of the way. You can either just lift it up to access this storage box here, which also houses the battery, or you can actually pop this right off and not even use it, which I probably won't use it unless my daughter comes with me or I plan on fishing with somebody else, because it kind of gets in the way getting off and on the sled. But really nice seat here, And this big 135 liter box also came with this specific model. The SEs came with this model here. Plenty of storage here. I just put my helmet in there. I got some camera stuff. I mean, big giant box here. I plan on, putting my most of my ice fishing gear in here. But these are very nice boxes. They're roto molded, so they're very strong, very durable. And they latch nice and securely. And these came pre-molded with spots for a saw. And I got my axe in here. I've had this axe pretty much, I don't know, 10 years, 10, 12 years. It's one of the Fisker's axe. I think it's the X25. This thing has lived its entire life outside. Just a phenomenal, durable axe. So moving backwards, 1 1/4 inch tow hitch. And I think we're onto the track now. Nice solid track. I got the Silent Ice Cobra track, which came with the studs already installed, and they're pretty gnarly. Nice sharp teeth there. It's not too noisy, and it just digs. We're in about a foot of snow. We got more than predicted, and so far the sled's handling it fine. The only thing I put as an add-on was these ice scratchers here. I had the factory put these on. These are the forward and reverse. Like if you go in reverse with these down, they're supposed to not break. But yeah, really nice track. And one other thing I forgot to mention, folks, is the suspension here. This has a toolless suspension, so if this is locked, this will stay straight at 154 inches. If I unlock it, it'll allow this rear, I think 12 inches to articulate, which is quite a bit easier to back up in deep snow. And I mentioned it earlier, but again, real quick, the suspension underneath this, all I have to do is just hit a button from the handlebars, and it'll increase the tension of the suspension. So if I pick somebody up ice fishing, all I have to do is hit a button, and it'll give me a little more suspension. Bumper, can't remember if that's a heavy duty bumper or the standard. I think that's a standard bumper. I'm gonna have to double check that. So that's pretty much on the outside of the sled. Coming over here, this has a high and a low, and it also has a normal, an eco, and a sport. And I've already tried eco mode, and it does cut the engine down significantly. I could barely brake 25 miles an hour. So that's going to be handy. These mirrors, I believe, will twist. Yeah, there we go. So if you're on a narrow trail, these will twist out of the way, and it's kind of a positive lock back in place there. But I think that's the highlights of this sled, folks. I am really excited to get this out on the ice. I have been looking at upgrading snowmobiles for years. More for ice fishing. We've always had snowmobiles, but never really had a good ice fishing snowmobile. But there you have it. We're super impressed with it so far. This thing goes really well, starts awesome, rides good. Really nice, comfortable sled. We're really excited for it. This is going to allow us to get into some deeper spots ice fishing, and it's just going to be far more comfortable if we just want to ride like my daughter and I. It'll be much more comfortable for her to sit on the back and go for a ride. Going to be seeing a lot more of this on the channel. We're going to be using this to get into some backcountry lakes. Going to be using it to get into some areas I've never been able to get into before. Going to be doing some mod updates and reviews on it. Going to be doing just other basic sled reviews on it. I'm going to be doing a lot of content with this snowmobile here on the channel. But we're really excited. So far, really pleased with it. Granted, I'm only 6 miles in, but I can tell already this sled's an absolute beast. So we're going to wrap it up there, folks. I appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you guys on the next one.